I have been a Republican all my life. I viewed the Republican National Convention in 1956, when I was 8 years of age, and seen President Dwight Eisenhower designated for a moment term. When I turned 21, I enlisted as a Republican and have voted in favor of everything except 2 of the Republican presidential applicants since 1972. Experiencing childhood in the 1960s, the period of social equality, the Vietnam War, the developing ecological development and the sexual unrest, the vast majority of my energetic partners were Democrats or a comment left of Democrats. Why did I turn into a Republican? In the first place, the Republican Party was the abolitionist subjection and professional union political gathering. Abraham Lincoln, the main Republican president, stays as the best Republican president. I was pulled into the Republican Party since it upheld a solid military, however contradicted enormous government. Huge government, as large business, is a remark dreaded and controlled. At last, I turned into a Republican on the grounds that my folks were Republicans. Like church connection, most people embrace the gathering recognizable proof of their folks. In spite of the fact that my folks were Republican, they were never dissident nor straight-ticket Republicans. My dad was a policeman for more than 30 years, and that impacted my divided decision. Amid the 1960s, the police were seen as the foe by numerous political activists. They were the pigs. Now and again, the police merited their negative notoriety. There is almost certainty that numerous law requirement authorities in the South utilized viciousness against quiet social equality protesters. Notwithstanding these weaknesses, the police were frequently subjected to unreasonable feedback. They were required to be legal counselors, therapists and social specialists, notwithstanding authorizing the laws. They were constantly censured and from time to time bolstered. I viewed myself as a Republican, as well as a moderate. Whittaker Chambers, Barry Goldwater, William F. Buckley and Ronald Reagan were my legends. Now, most perusers are likely saying, Whittaker who? Chambers' book, Witness, stays as the best be that as it may, most ignored moderate book at any point composed. I restricted the crusade of Donald Trump from the earliest starting point. I trusted he was neither a Republican nor a moderate. A glance at his voter enlistment record indicates he invested more energy as a Democrat than a Republican. He was likewise enrolled as a free and an individual from the Reform Party. The last time he exited the Republican Party, he called them insane right, and he just rejoined the gathering around a year and a half before looking for the Republican designation. His activities as president have reaffirmed my view that he is unfit to be president. As he did amid the battle, Trump habitually changes his positions or essentially lies. Here is a short rundown of the falsehoods and misrepresentations of Donald Trump. Trump has not possessed the capacity to pass one bit of noteworthy enactment, yet he contends that no president has proficient as much as the president in the initial 6 or 7 months. Trump has cozied up to Vladimir Putin and the Russians, despite the fact that they stay one of the best dangers to our country. Trump keeps on denying any Russian inclusion in the 2016 presidential decision, albeit each knowledge office questioned that thought. When asked by Bill O'Reilly how he could safeguard an executioner like Putin, Trump reacted, "There are a great deal of executioners, you think our nation is so blameless?" Another case of Trump's ethical equivalency was when Trump protected the Nazi, KKK and racial oppressor dissidents in Charlottesville by saying there is fault on the two sides, and some fine individuals partook in the rally. I still can't seem to locate a decent Nazi, Klansman or racial oppressor. Instead of endeavoring to join the country during emergency, as past presidents have done, Trump is the great divider, setting one side against another. Trump's sense of self is big to the point that it is incomprehensible for him to concede a slip-up. It is dependably the blame of others. Even however he sold himself as the immense deal-maker, he was not able to influence an arrangement to annulment to and supplant Obamacare. Rather, he censures Republican Majority Leader Mitch McConnell and Republican Senator John McCain. A noteworthy crusade guarantee of Trump was to fabricate a divider on the United States-Mexican outskirt and ensured Mexico would pay for the divider. Presently Trump is requesting that Congress pay for the divider or else Trump will close down the administration. Trump told the American individuals he chose the best individuals to prompt him as president. A January 28, 2017 photograph demonstrated Trump sitting in the Oval Office while chatting on the telephone to Putin. Trump was encompassed by his hand-picked counselors Reince Priebus, Sean Spicer, Michael Flynn, and Steve Bannon. The greater part of Trump's by and by chosen guides have since been let go. Preservationist reporter Charles Krauthammer called Trump's announcement on Charlottesville an ethical disfavor. The moderate magazine, The Economist, said Donald Trump is politically clumsy, ethically fruitless and inconsistently unfit for office. Republican Senator Bob Corker of Tennessee, a solid Trump supporter, now says that Trump has not possessed the capacity to show the soundness nor the skill should have been president. The most condemning proclamation about the Trump administration originates from previous Republican Senator John Danforth of Missouri. Danforth, an appointed Presbyterian serve, wrote in the New York Times that Trump remains contrary to the establishing standards of our gathering, that of a united nation. The principal determination at the Maine Republican National Convention was that the union of the states should and might be protected. The maxim of America is e pluribus unum, signifying out of numerous, one. Under Trump, we have an excessive amount of pluribus, and insufficient unum. I won't rejoin the Republican Party until the point that Donald Trump is never again the pioneer of the gathering of Lincoln. That does not imply that I have joined the Democrats. They have their own particular issues which could be the subject of another article. Where are the Republican pioneers willing to stand up and impugn Trump for what he is? He is the harasser in the room who escapes with his disruptive strategies until the point when enough individuals will take him on and say, "That's the last straw."